What's going on, guys? So the term API has been getting popular recently, so today I decided to make an introductory video for beginners, and I'll talk about what an API is and just give some general examples as what it might equate to in the real life. So in software terms, the acronym API just simply stands for Application Programming Interface. So now let's break down that word by word, and maybe we can understand it a little bit better. So when we think of applications, we usually think of apps that we can download from the App Store or Google Play Store, right? So from there, programming, we can think of that as how the software or the code runs in the background of our applications that enable them to work like they do. And then lastly, interface can be simply how the app that we downloaded looks on our screen and how easy it is for us to use the app. And so Application Programming Interface, or API, is sort of like a resource that allows us to program an interface of an application in very simple terms. It functions sort of like a library. If any of you are familiar with coding, it's like a library that can be accessible to applications or websites and other software by a different provider, such as Google Play Services. So that may still seem confusing, so let's take a look at some examples. In real life, let's say if we want to shop for some Bose headphones, we can go to Amazon.com and search for that. Let's say Bose Quiet Comfort 35 headphones. Now we can see here that Amazon has the headphones on their website, but they're still sold by Bose. And once you purchase them, they will be shipped to you. In this case, Amazon is the middleman, or like an API. Amazon is simply getting something from one person and relaying that to another. That's exactly what an API is. So another example would be, if you're getting pizza, you order the pizza and the delivery person is the API. The delivery guy is getting the pizza to you. Um, so now let's look at some software examples. The Uber app, if you have it on your phone, that has a map and you can have it use your GPS to locate you. Well, Uber probably uses a Google Maps and Locations API to gather that data. So Google Maps is giving Uber this information, which can show up on your phone screen. So it pretty much looks just like Google Maps, but on Uber. So now let's Google Android Google API. And we can click on this link. We should be able to see different Google APIs that developers can use in their applications. So here we can see that you can use Google Analytics, or if the developers wanted the users, which would be us, if they wanted us to have a secure way of logging into one of their apps, they could use the Google Sign In with Google API. So here's Maps as well. So let's click on Maps. Now this gives us options to create a map with a marker, or change your color scheme, or use your location. So if we scroll down, it also gives us some example code as how we can implement this particular API into our app. And for most of the time, the APIs are usually free, but they can also charge developers. The companies might also charge developers to use some of these APIs into their applications. And so what this does is that it allows developers to use Google's information, in this case, in their application. And Uber can also be an API. For instance, if you're on Google Maps, and I think they have this integrated in there. If you search for a ride from one place to another, it will bring in Uber prices for that location, or Lyft prices. So Google in this case is using Uber API to get that information onto your Google Maps application. So yeah, there's multiple companies that have APIs, and they share information so that you can make your applications better. So from this, you can see that APIs are super useful. It allows you to use already existing data or resources, so you don't have to. This makes your app easier to develop because you don't have to worry about gathering data that's already included in another application, or someone's already providing that. And it's also fairly simple to implement into your app. It makes your app seem more accurate and appealing if it's coming from an established company, and it also makes your app more trustworthy if it's associated with a well-trusted company such as Google. So in this case, we focus primarily on Google, but there's a lot of companies that will allow you to use their APIs into your applications if you wanted to develop an app. So that's pretty much it for this short beginner introduction video to an API. I really hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, please give this video a like and leave a comment and let me know how it was. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more tech related videos. And yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Peace.